All right, Napoleon, how's it going?
I'm good, man. How's everything, bro?
Man, everything is good, man. Glad to be finally getting it in, man.
Finally.
We've been talking about this for at least a year or two since COVID, I think.
Couple years, man. You know what I mean? So now the traveling's back in effect, so we able to make it happen, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely. Well, I thought we'd start off with a current event that I
Yes.
recently seen about T-Pain's comments about Tupac. Did you have a chance to check those out?
No. What was it?
So he went on there and said that if social media would have been around, Tupac would have been, killed lyrically, and said that his greatest lyrics are just peanuts compared to what we hear today.
Well, I think everybody entitled to their own opinion, but even though I don't listen to music anymore, but I'm still up to date with what's going on, and you still, Pac words is still relevant. You know what I mean? Pac words are still relevant, and it seems like nowadays the rapper's not talking about anything. So, but even though everybody got their opinion, but I think he was a little wrong on that because Pac words was talking about events. Even though he recorded 20-something years ago, he talking about events that happened recently. You know what I mean? So that's like his words was pretty much ahead of his time. But even though everybody have their opinion, you gotta. I learned that a long time ago that people just say whatever they want. They have their own opinion, and doesn't mean it's correct though.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously disagreed.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the top rappers today aren't even really lyrical. You got
Yeah.
Young Boy, Little Dirk, Drake, Little Baby. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not like the Kendrick Lamars and
I see.
you
I
know.
never heard because I don't listen to music. I never heard anything from him, but I do know that Pac was the music when we was doing back in the day. We try to have a message behind it. You know what I mean? We had like some substance behind it. We spoke about what we was really going through in the hood. So I don't think rappers like that nowadays. Am I correct?
It's not. It's not. Music is not as deep and as heartfelt
Yeah, like
as it
before.
was back then. And I think that's why Tupac is just still loved.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I was reading a comment and it was on a song and it was like a 13-year-old kid and somebody had mentioned in the comments that Tupac was dead. And this 13-year-old kid was like, he's dead? What? Like he was like 13.
Wow.
He didn't even
He ain't
like
even
he was
know.
listening to Tupac like he was new,
He's still alive. Wow.
you know?
Pac had a message with his words. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man. It was it was a good time in hip hop. Definitely.
Man. Yeah,
You
maybe
know,
that's all I said because maybe everybody era, because when we grew up and as kids, we used to look at our uncle and them that listened to Run DMC and Slick Rick and them. We was like, man, not even Slick Rick. That was our era as youngsters. But the older rappers, we used to say, man, they corny. But then when we came in the 90s, we thought that we was the best. So I'm sure the rappers feel the same way about us. But when it comes to Pac lyrics, even though I'm paying attention to what's going on, people still saying that, his lyrics it still can be felt by anybody, no matter if you're from the hood or not from the hood. People in the world, if you go anywhere in the world and you ask them about Tupac, they know who Pac is. You know what I mean? I don't know about these. It's not too many rappers that was felt worldwide,
yeah. As far as like being felt and bringing that music that's just deep, I don't think I mean, I think Tupac's the best anyway. But if you want to just take that category, I don't think anybody did that better than Tupac.
I feel you, bro.
Definitely, man. Do you get surprised when you hear some disrespect against Tupac? I mean, because we didn't really hear no disrespect up until maybe 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago or something. It was like everybody was just quiet.
I think because the internet allowed that. You know what I mean? Internet just gave everybody a voice. Some people shouldn't even be heard. It doesn't matter what. People say all types of crazy stuff on the internet. So nowadays, I'm not surprised. Ain't no telling what you will hear nowadays. I think Mike Tyson said something. He said the internet made people comfortable saying whatever they saying, whatever they want without being punched in the face. Tyson don't play that, you know what I mean? Because they could be in Colorado somewhere writing stuff about what's going on in L.A. or New Jersey, and nobody would never see them, and they could be disrespectful. So it's crazy.
No consequences.
No consequences, bro.
Back in Our day growing up, it was like, you
It
know,
was instant
you had
consequences.
consequences
Yeah,
if
bro,
you
you
said
come out.
something, you know?
True, true.